watching KWQC TV, the news leader, making a difference in the Quad Cities. Live from the KWQC Broadcast Center in downtown Davenport with Morgan Otier and Kyle Keel. This is Quad Cities Live.
Today on QCL, the annual Festival of Trees kicks off this weekend inside the River Center in downtown Davenport. We're getting a live preview of the festive magic you can find inside, plus supporting local businesses and winning prizes while you're at it. How you can join in the Quad Cities Deck the Downtown's celebration underway now. And don't miss the Winter Art Market at the Figgy with an incredible lineup of local artists offering unique gifts just in time for the holidays. And that's where we kick things off on this Thursday, November 20th. Thanks for joining us. I'm Morgan Otier. The holiday spirit is about to take over the Figgy Art Museum. Sunday, November 30th from noon to 5, the Figgy will host its second annual Winter Art Market as part of Museum Store Sunday. It's a festive day of shopping and celebration. Here from the Figgy with those details is artist Chelsea Long. Chelsea, welcome to the show. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so this is the second ever Winter Art Market at the Figgy Art Museum. Right. So we were talking about it before the show. Last year went pretty well.
Yes, so last year was the first year that we did this. We had a great turnout. The artists had a great time. All of our members showed out for us and the community, and we decided to make it an annual event. So this is the second annual, but we plan to do it every year on Museum Store Sunday now.
That is wonderful news. It's a great spot to find some really unique, one-of-a-kind items. So can you tell us a little bit about what this is? You mentioned it's on Museum Store Sunday, so what can somebody expect when they walk into this art market?
Right, so if you don't know, like Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, Museum Store Sunday is the Sunday after Thanksgiving. So we have a great museum store at the Figgy, and this is one way that we thought to kind of prop up the museum store and get people in shopping. And we have so many talented artists that work at the Figgy, our instructors, our commission artists, so we decided to have a market of all local artists. So not only can you shop local artists and their booths, but also the museum store, which has tons of different things too. So
yes, that is absolutely true. Anyone who hasn't been to the Figgy Museum store before, you would be shocked going inside at all the beautiful, unique items, every price range you can imagine, and it's not stuff that you see in, typically in other gift stores and things of that nature. So incredible lineup of artists, and there's quite a few of them. So can you talk about the different types of art we might see from these artists?
Sure. So there's 17 local artists. Like I said, a lot of them are affiliated with the Figgy, but we did put it out to the whole community this year.
Great.
So all different media. There's printmaking, watercolors, quilting. I myself make tie-dye clothing, so I will be there with that. Jewelry, handmade jewelry, everything is handmade. So it's definitely a focus on art and handmade items. Yeah, 17 local artists.
17 is quite a few.
All fit in our lobby.
All in one spot.
Yes.
A really great opportunity for the artists, of course, and also any of the customers. So why do you feel like this is such a unique shopping experience, especially on the heels of a weekend that is very much so a shopping weekend?
Yeah, like I said, I think that since our artists, many of them are affiliated with the Figgy, these aren't people that put up booths all the time. So it's kind of a special moment to get to shop with them. And then the museum store just elevates it as well. We have some awesome discounts happening in the museum store, so you get 10% off. Some exclusions apply, but mostly everything's 10%. We always have no tax in the museum store because we're a nonprofit. And then we are doing a special free gift wrapping with purchase from the museum store, and free museum pass with purchase from the museum store. So
that's
lots
great.
Of perks.
There's a ton of perks, so free admission if you decide to go shopping. And right now, scrolling on your screen are many of the artists that are going to be taking part on that Sunday. So, and their items that they are going to be selling. So it's a great opportunity for them. And you said, many of these artists, they don't take part in a lot of times the vendor opportunities that we may see around town. So while you may think, oh, I've probably seen a lot of this before, that's actually not the case.
Yeah, definitely unique vendors, and the reason that this got started was because our staff at the Figgy are so creative. We have so many artists on staff, our instructors, that we wanted to highlight them.
Yeah.
So a lot of them, it was their first time vending last year and things like that. So it's definitely a little different than your normal market.
It is, yeah, and that's always a good thing. There's also kind of a celebration that's going to be going on at the same time. So while you talked about the perks and the promotions, like the discount and the fact that it's tax-free, they're at the Figgy Art Museum all the time. So cocktails, hot chocolate, cookie bar.
Yes, so our Figgy bar will be open, which if you haven't stopped in the Figgy bar, they are open every Thursday night for our free admission. And we will have a hot cocoa bar. Can get a shot put in there if you'd like. Cookies and the full bar. So they always come up with creative cocktails and things too. So it's kind of fun. Sip and shop. Yep.
It's a wonderful weekend, a wonderful celebration. So anything else that you would like people to know before they go? Obviously your members are super supportive there at the Figgy, but we want everybody, a member or not, to experience something like this.
Yeah, if you've never been to the Figgy, this is a good time to just get your feet wet and pop in. But also we will be doing a raffle, which also, like I said, the Figgy is a nonprofit, so we rely on donations and fundraising. So we're going to be putting on a raffle, which the proceeds will go to the Figgy, and you could win different items donated from local artists, as well as other big prizes donated. Iron Tea donated like a golf package.
No kidding.
Raccoon Motel donated some stuff. Last Picture House. So there's some really good prizes, and all going to a good cause.
Not that we needed it, but even more incentive to definitely give this a shot. So this is the Figgy's second annual Winter Art Market. Is set for next Sunday, November 30th, from noon to 5 p.m. Admission is free. You can enjoy 18 art vendors, I believe somewhere around there, 17, 18, plenty, that's for sure, along with museum store discounts and tax-free shopping. Chelsea, as always, thank you for joining us on the show.
Yes, thank you.
We appreciate you coming today. And still to come on QCL, holiday displays, cookie crawls, even a pickle ornament hunt. Deck the Downtowns is officially underway, and we are getting the festive details next.
Quad Cities Live continues.
The magic of the holiday season has officially arrived in the Quad Cities, and our downtowns are dressed to impress. Deck the Downtowns is underway now across Davenport, Bettendorf, and Rock Island, inviting everyone to explore festive storefront displays, join in spirited ornament hunts, we'll tell you about that in just a minute, and shop local for, of course, one-of-a-kind gifts. Here with details on this annual tradition is Kyle Carter with the Downtown Davenport Partnership. Kyle, welcome back.
Yeah, glad to be here.
Thank you so much for being here today. So, Deck the Downtowns, it's really becoming tradition here in the Quad Cities, which is very exciting. So talk a little bit about it and why it's such a special way to kick off the holiday season.
Yeah, I mean, at its core, it's all about shopping local. Yeah. And all of our downtowns are almost exclusively made up of small businesses and locally owned businesses. And so Deck the Downtowns, through all these different kind of events that we'll talk about, give just one more reason to come down and check them out.
Yeah, it's important to support local throughout the holiday season. It's a very big deal to all of our friends that own and operate businesses. What I really love about Deck the Downtowns, though, is that our downtowns work together, right? We are the Quad Cities.
Yeah, so in the case of like Rock Island, they've got the holiday train as part of their hunt. We have the pickle, which we're doing a ceramic pickle this year. Worked with Carolyn over at the Artery to make that this year.
Wonderful.
And so there's just lots of different ways that we coordinate between the different downtowns and promote a little bit of everybody.
Okay, so as we see on the screen right now, some folks painting some windows, some storefronts. Can you tell us about the Holiday Display Challenge?
Yeah, we've hired dozens of local artists to paint the windows of various businesses. We have dozens and dozens of participants, and so we end up voting on those, and people can pick their favorite. But it's just a way to kind of harken back to you know, the times where the windows were always more alive, and I think people seem to really love that.
Oh, they absolutely do. 70 plus QC businesses are competing in the Holiday Display Challenge, and I hear a lot from people as well. Once they see this beautiful art on these downtown businesses, it's something that they're like contacting these artists to try and get them to do it at their homes.
And they're unique to each. Like some are funny, some are more beautiful, and it fits the personality of whatever business they're working with. So, yeah, it gets creative.
They do, and we can vote for our favorite displays.
You can vote for your favorite displays, and at the end we'll give some prizes away.
Okay, wonderful. One of the most popular traditions in Davenport now is the pickle ornament hunt.
Yeah, I alluded to that earlier.
Yeah.
So it was kind of an old German tradition that picked up, and over the last several years it just keeps gaining steam. So the idea being that it's kind of a treasure hunt where you visit the different businesses, get the stamp, and then at the end you get the reward of the ornament. But we have a brand new ornament this year. I mentioned the Artery helped make it, and it's totally different. So if you've done it before, you've got reason to do it again.
Yes. Okay, so that's kind of on the screen right now is what the stamp sheet is going to look like if you want to participate in the hunt for the holiday pickle. And I will say, not until I moved to the Quad Cities and got one as a gift, I didn't, because there's such a German influence here in the Quad Cities and in Davenport especially. I got my first pickle ornament for my tree. So I think many people are familiar.
I think it's becoming much more normal around here. The first year we did it, I think people scratched their head, but it's become really popular.
Yeah. Okay. So how can we play? Like, where do we pick up the card? How does
the cards are at the businesses. You can pick them up at any participating place, and I think, again, just the idea is that maybe you discover something that you didn't even know was there, and you get a reason to walk in. I think of like Major Art and Hobby with all the trains and everything, and people. It's until you get around the holidays, you're like, oh yeah, and it gives you a good reason to come check someplace like that out.
Yeah, it gives you a good reason to get in the door, and you may find the thing that you've been looking for, of course.
That's right.
You may have never visited that business before. And so downtown Rock Island, as you mentioned, it also has its own ornament hunt, but theirs are custom crafted, similar to the pickle, but they're train ornaments.
Yeah, they're train ornaments, and Crawford makes those. So they're fabricated locally, and they keep adding cars to the train. So at some point, it's going to be a pretty long train, but it's different every year, and it looks great.
That's wonderful. Okay, so similarly, you'll get the stamp sheet. Hey, participate in both, absolutely, if you want to do that. Some other events coming up in Davenport specifically this Friday evening is the community tree lighting.
Yeah.
This is a really special event for a lot of families.
Yeah, so at K Square, that's the area right next to the Adler Theater, for those who don't know, next to Duck City. It gives a kickoff to Festival of Trees. So it's just one more way to kind of throw the switch and turn the holidays on.
Yeah, it's a beautiful space, a beautiful spot right there in the heart of downtown Davenport. And it is becoming, a must for a lot of families every year.
And it's a great way, too, if you're going to do the kickoff party for a festival.
It's right there.
It's right across the street.
Yeah, you don't have to go far. Even if it were cold, which it sounds like, knock on wood, we're a little bit more lucky this year than we have been in years past. The cookie crawl, you mentioned before we started the show today, this is just gaining in popularity every year.
It is, yeah. So we'll have homemade cookies at all the different businesses. Again, it's another reason to kind of trail around and visit all the different retailers, and good way to feed sugar-hungry kids, too.
I know. Are we sure about that, right? We both have kids, and it's kind of like a double-edged sword. But it's fun, and it's in the spirit of the holidays, after all. So what you just saw on the screen was a map of all the participating businesses, which there are many, if you want to do the cookie crawl. And the good news is it happens from 11 a.m. until 3 p.m. on Saturday. So participate in the parade, of course, downtown Davenport. You can pop into the Festival of Trees in the River Center. Then you can do the cookie crawl.
Yep.
And you can truly make a day of it. So ultimately, and you've mentioned this a couple of times since we started speaking, this is really beneficial for our downtown businesses and just getting people in the door. And that's kind of what we want to get across at the end of all
this.
I
mean, like, at the end of the day, these are all just more reasons to just get downtown, support these small businesses. These are your neighbors. These are dollars that stay in town. And the gifts are unique. You can buy anything on Amazon. That's great.
Yeah.
If you want a little bit more soul and you want it to mean a little bit more, this is a great way to do that and have fun while you're doing it.
It absolutely is. And you saw on the screen, too, while Kyle was talking, the Second Ave Holiday Market there in downtown Rock Island as well. I just want to give a quick shout out because Rock Island has just gone through so many wonderful changes in recent months and years. And they've got that Arts Alley. So if you haven't checked it out, they lit their tree last night, I believe.
They did. It looked great.
Yeah, so a wonderful time, and that goes through almost right up until Christmas, so you can get your holiday shopping done.
It does. It looks great. And then, in Bettendorf, we're going to have a lot of you'll see more of like the paintings and a lot more on that front. And while Moline isn't part of the Deck the Downtown specifically, they of course have an incredible display that they do with their lights kicking off. So wherever you go in the region, it's going to be a good reason to be downtown.
It's just supporting the QC. Well, you can find specific details for each of the downtowns by visiting them on the web. We have those web addresses on your screen right now, and we'll of course be sure to post them on our website, kwqc.com/Quad Cities Live. Kyle Carter, thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks. We'll see you downtown soon.
You absolutely will. This Saturday, in fact. Just ahead, we're giving you a sneak peek inside the Festival of Trees. Our Kate Kopatich will join us with a live report from the River Center in downtown Davenport.
Quad Cities Live continues.
Festival of Trees, a holiday staple in the Quad Cities, is celebrating 40 years. The 10-day event in downtown Davenport is the largest annual fundraiser for Quad City arts. KWQC's Kate Kopatich is joining us live from the River Center with a preview this afternoon. Kate, Festival of Trees really can get anyone into the holiday spirit.
Yeah, hi Morgan. That's exactly right. I mean, from the moment you walk into this building at the River Center, you're met with a beautiful holiday light display. And of course, all of this is to support the local arts, and they've transformed all 70,000 square feet of space to show off the Festival of Trees. Now, today is the soft opening, but we're going to give you a preview of what you can expect when you come out on Saturday when it officially opens to the public. And I'm joined now with Sandy Burrichter. And Sandy, you're the administrator. And so just what can people expect when they come out to the Festival of Trees?
It is the way to kick off the holidays in the Quad Cities, Kate. We have trees, we have wreaths, we have high school art, we have 6x6 raffles, we have anything for the holidays.
And of course, all of this, like you said, is to support the arts. So exactly how does this support the local arts in our community?
Well, this event raises almost half of our operational budget each year. And that's really important, especially in these days. So by people simply buying a ticket and coming in the door, they're helping us keep our doors open, and it helps us sustain our visiting artist program, our high school art program, our summer program with the high school kids, which is the murals that you see around the community. We have public sculptures going throughout the Quad Cities, and then just supporting local artists by giving them gallery time and helping them promote their work.
Yeah, and I love seeing those murals throughout the community. And is there anything new this year that people can expect when they come out? Is there anything new you guys have going on this year?
Absolutely. We're trying something new in our gallery, the Quad City Art Gallery, which we take a piece of the gallery and bring it over here. So we have a 6x6 raffle. So the local artists from our Artist Index, they made something that would fit in a 6x6 cube. And then by buying a $1 raffle ticket, you can win an original piece of artwork. So we're really proud of that. We also have Quilt Village, which is a new kind of artistry that we like to get in the Quad Cities. And then also we have a Petite Forest.
Awesome. Well, there's so much to look at everywhere that you look in this building, and it's really just such a beautiful display. And of course, all for a great cause to support Quad City arts. So reporting now live for Quad Cities Live, Kate Kopatich, KWQC TV 6 News.
All right, Kate, nice job. Thank you. Festival of Trees kicks off Saturday morning. You can watch our live parade coverage beginning at 10 and then enjoy all the holiday cheer inside the River Center through Thanksgiving Day weekend. There are many special events that are part of Festival of Trees, and tickets for those events are on sale now. To purchase and view the full schedule, visit qcfestivaloftrees.com. Still to come on QCL, it is Throwback Thursday, and we are taking a very timely look back at 2024 ahead of a festive holiday weekend in the QC.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
It is time now for our Throwback Thursday segment, and you saw before the break that I'm going to throw it back to the exact same weekend that we have coming up, but just in 2024, which was a lot of fun. It was the Festival of Trees parade, but it was the first parade that I got to host alongside Eric Maitland, and it was so fun. And so I put up a couple of photos from us doing that. I was so nervous last year to do this, like completely,
you did a great job.
Beside myself nervous. And there's Darby and my nephew who got to sit honestly just behind where we were broadcasting from and watch the parade. So it was nice to have her and my family there as well. There they are trying to gather up all the candy.
Well, you and Eric just recently recorded a really cool promo that's on the air, and you've posted it to your Facebook page that our creative services team put together. It was really cool.
Yeah, very cool that they were able to do that. Our creative services team is amazing. So if you haven't seen the promo, watch it, and once you watch it, you'll know why we think it's so cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah. What about you?
Well, you know what? Very similar. I was looking at my phone for a throwback, and this time of year, it's just full of Festival of Trees photos from over the years. And so I've worked the parade since like 2012.
Yeah, you have.
And behind the scenes.
That's why I was so nervous last year, because you weren't here.
I know,
you were
deployed. I know. I really did want to be here for your first parade. But anyway, just such a cool event to work, and just an awesome opportunity to be in local broadcasting, right? To make this available for our local communities, and you know, working all kinds of events and familiar faces over the years, so it's been fun.
It absolutely is a lot of fun. Well, we hope to see everybody this weekend, and thank you so much for watching QCL. Jeopardy is coming up next, followed by your news at 4.